Wow, 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 wow. Look at this chart behind me. It's Bitcoin's surge in the last 2 days, literally. Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Dan from CryptoCamacho.com, where each day I bring you valuable information about cryptocurrency. And today, on this video, I wanted to talk about Bitcoin and Bitcoin's recent price surge. Right now, as I'm recording, the price is $13,400, right? You can see that in the background. And literally within the last 12 hours, I would say, we jumped from 12,000 to 13,000 like that. Literally, I woke up this morning and I saw this little dip here, and I was going to try to sell and buy back on the dip. But before I could even do that, the price jumped up, and so I didn't actually sell anything. And I just can't believe what I'm actually seeing. I mean, literally a couple days ago, I bought a couple $1,000s more of Bitcoin at around 11,500, around this place right here. And now I'm all the way up at 13,400. And you don't see my little tickers here because I bought my coin on Coinbase. And so, but wow. What is causing this large run up? Like, what is actually causing this upward movement, this upward momentum that we've been seeing in the last couple weeks? I mean, let me just go to this chart here. In the last couple of weeks, since November 23rd, we've seen the price go from $7,800 all the way up to $13,000. That's 75% in literally a week, in 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, we've seen a 75% increase, going all the way from 7,000 all the way up to 13,000. And Bitcoin definitely seems unstoppable. Now, I want to put a word of caution here that I do think at some point there will be a correction and Bitcoin will drop, similar to what you saw right here, right? There will be a correction, and that will happen here as well. So when that does happen, be watching for that correction. Likely what will happen is the correction will bounce either here, or potentially even here, right? But the large correction probably will not bounce until it gets down to here. So keep that in mind, that the way I typically trade is I'll look at all of the bases, right? I've talked about this so many times in past videos. I will look at the bases of the last support that I see. And what do I mean by the last support? So the last time Bitcoin tanked, and look, there's a pattern here. It tanked here, it tanked here, it tanked here, right? There's a pattern. Each time the drop has been less and less and less, so the percentage drop has been less, but it's a consistent pattern that every time we see a run up, we see a shoot up to the moon, we also see a dip back down to earth, right? And if you play this right, you could actually profit on these dips. And I'm not going to lie, it's not extremely easy to profit on these dips. But if you do watch these charts and do that, you can definitely make more Bitcoin, more money in the long term by doing this, right? So expect that. I don't know whether the dip's going to happen at 13,500, which is something to watch. It may happen at 14,000. That's something to watch as well. All of the even numbers or psychological marks or levels is where typically the price goes up and or the price goes down, right? So you saw today the price, let me zoom in a little bit. You saw today right here, the price just about hit 13,000, almost, right? And right when it did, what happened? The price went down, right? The price went down. People are thinking, wow, Bitcoin is going to 13,000. Wow, I'm really on top. I need to sell and get out and make my money. And that's exactly why you see that dip here. Same thing happened right here at 12,000. Exact same thing, except this time it was at 11,800 rather than 12,800, right? What happens? Right at the top, it tanks again. Another opportunity to buy, and then it goes back up. Let's zoom out again. Okay, this time it did actually crack 11,000, but really there was some resistance here. Let me zoom in here. Okay, so oops, let's get rid of that. So we saw the same thing here at about 11,000. So at right when it was about to crack 11, it actually did crack 11 at this point. So it's not always 100% consistent, right? But you can see again, it hit 11, a little bit over, and what happens? It tanked, right? Same thing, buying opportunity again. And it actually did it again right here, right? It hit 10,500, same type of thing. All of these psychological levels, 11,000, 10,000, 13,000, 8,500, all of these increments of 500 or 1,000 is where the rises and the falls typically happen. So keep that in mind. I'm trying to educate you guys on how the market dynamics actually work. Think of the stock market, think of cryptocurrency markets as just a big game of psychology. It's a big game of psychology where you're trying to figure out, the emotions of everybody else and time the market in the right way so that you buy and sell at the right times. And everybody else is trying to do the same thing, right? Everybody's putting in money saying, I'm putting in $1,000. Okay, now how high is this going to go and where should I sell? Oh, it's going. A lot of people say, 10%, that's great for me. 20%, that's great for me. But people also use these numbers, the even numbers, 12,000, 13,000, 11,000, 10,000 as psychological barriers. When the price is going up and we hit a ceiling that's never been hit before, people think, people are going to dump this, right? Because it's so high. I want to just get out as soon as I can. And that's why you see these dips, right? And that's exactly why you're seeing all of these dips here. And then there's others, when it's going down, there's a psychological barrier where people think, it's going down so fast, it's going down. And people start panicking. And then it hits a psychological mark and it goes right back up. That's how this stuff works, guys. Easier said than done, but that's exactly how it works. It's a big game of psychology, right? So I just wanted to make this video because I wanted to ask, why do you think Bitcoin continues to go up in price? When we see, in the news that Bitcoin's a fraud, Bitcoin's a scam, Bitcoin won't last, Bitcoin's a bubble, all these negative naysayers on the news saying Bitcoin is going to collapse under its own weight at some point, yet we continue to see Bitcoin rising consistently over and over and over. And the one person I think has been very, very consistent on this is John McAfee, right? A little nutty, but very, very smart, intelligent, brilliant guy. He consistently has said and refuted what the media is saying, what these big banks are saying, and what other institutions are saying, that Bitcoin is not a bubble, guys. It is not a bubble. We're only getting started. It's going to go higher and higher and higher. If you understand the way the technology works and you understand the core proposition and value of blockchain, you will understand exactly what I'm talking about, and you will know why the price is going to keep going up. It's going to keep going up because it cannot be stopped, and we are just starting to get more adoption for Bitcoin, right? This is going to accelerate over time. The reason that this price is going up now is because Bitcoin is getting a lot more attention from institutional investors, right? The people on Wall Street are noticing these price surges and they want in on the action, whether or not it's a fiat currency, whether or not it's dollars. They want in on this action and they're starting to support Bitcoin. They're starting to create their own Bitcoin exchanges. They're starting to create Bitcoin futures, right? They're starting to adopt and create mechanisms for their clients to invest in Bitcoin, which means that they're going to profit from their clients investing in Bitcoin. So of course they're going to jump on the bandwagon, right? Let's take a quick look in the news right here. Bitcoin rips past 13,000 amid interest from institutional investors. Read any article about it. The reason Bitcoin is surging is because it's getting more and more adoption. Institutions are starting to invest for the reasons I just said, and this is why the price is going up. And guys, we have just scratched the surface on this, right? There's less than 3% of entire, the entire society, if you will, less than 3% of people have actually started investing in Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. We've barely hit the tip of the ice. We've barely scratched the surface, right? As this goes up, as mass adoption ensues in the next year, we are going to see the price shoot through the roof. I'm not going to be surprised if we see $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 of Bitcoin, maybe higher. I don't know. I don't want to predict the future. But the writing is on the wall, and you can see why this is actually happening. Let's look at another article right here. Bitcoin nears 14,000 in less than 24 hours after topping 12,000. And this is crazy. I mean, let's get rid of this. Alan Greenspan talking about it. But the swings are going all over the place, and it's because the overall pace of gains have accelerated in the last several weeks ahead of the launch of Bitcoin futures by major exchanges. This basically signals that institutional investors are giving the green light to start investing in cryptocurrency, specifically in Bitcoin, right? Very, very exciting times, guys. I hope you're following all of this. I hope you get what I'm saying. Another article, Bitcoin surpasses 13,000 as momentum remains strong. Let's look at the highlights on this one as well. Pull back. Bitcoin sustained momentum, blah, blah, blah. Won't go through this, but growing investor interest. Again, same thing, right? Travis Parker, CEO of IRA Bitcoin LLC, starting a new Bitcoin fund for institutional investors, futures. All of this stuff is happening, guys, which is why the price is driving up. That's all I'm going to say about Bitcoin. Super impressed with the price rise. I'm glad I bought a couple thousand just a couple days ago. If you haven't bought in Bitcoin already, you definitely should. The easiest place to do that is on Coinbase. If you are tired of Coinbase, don't use it. If you want to use Coinbase, go to the link below. You get $10 free of Bitcoin when you sign up using Bitcoin and buy Bitcoin on Coinbase. If you're sick of Bitcoin, I'm experimenting with a new platform. It's called Coin Mama. I'll put the link in the show notes. You can buy Bitcoin there. Again, just playing around with it. The reason I've been kind of getting sick of Coinbase is because of all the fees. They jack up the price to buy Bitcoin, and they jack up the fees to transfer Bitcoin or to do anything with it, really. So I'm looking at alternatives to Coinbase, although I still do love Coinbase. So, if you want to buy some Bitcoin, go to Coinbase there. What else, guys? Just super exciting times. Hopefully this was helpful for you guys about talking about the bases. Wait for the dip. This dip looks like it's going to be very small, and you can see again it's been getting smaller and smaller, so this dip may be smaller before it breaks that trend. I don't know. One other quick opportunity I want to let you guys know of is Ethereum. Ethereum is currently tanking very hard. Looks like the bounce back has already ensued, but I think there could be another pullback, another bounce back. I was going to wait till it got down to 390 or under 400 to make a purchase. I obviously didn't do that, but keep an eye on this one. It may go down lower and lower. And when it does, you guys can buy. I would say for sure, if it goes below 400, I would buy as much Ethereum as you possibly can. Maybe even, if it goes to like 375-ish, absolutely put all your money in there and buy it. It's going to go back up. Right now, it's questionable whether or not it will go back up or not. The base it's working off of is right here. So the increase is going to be slight. It may drop back down, and actually looks like it is going to drop back down. Don't know. Only time will tell. That's one opportunity. One other opportunity that I wanted to show you guys right now was XLM. It's very similar to IOTA in the sense that it's a new technology that's being adopted by Oracle and by other big Fortune 500 companies, if you will. They're starting to use Stellar Lumens or XML as their platform to start building out transactional databases on. Very interesting one to watch. It's had a big surge in the last few days, gone way up right here, 60%, and then it pulled back down. I actually bought some right here at the bottom, so I'm hoping that will turn out well. But wanted to give you a quick update on that. I would definitely watch Ethereum very closely, and another one to watch is XLM. I will do another post or video on this later, but wanted to just give you guys a heads up on that. Again, I'm Dan from CryptoCamacho.com. Hopefully this has been valuable for you guys. Thanks to everybody who has been following, commenting. There's been a ton of excitement around IOTA. Definitely appreciate you guys participating in the community. I'm learning a ton from each and every one of you out there. If you have not subscribed yet, click on that little red button right there. Click subscribe, and each day I'll give you good updates like I just did right here and bring you the latest with cryptocurrency. Until next time, guys. See you later. Bye.